All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. I'm your man, KTJ, and this is our show tonight. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe, sued for $50 million. I brought my friends up to have the conversation. So if y'all ready, let's get into it. All right. All right. Something happened with our audio, but we're gonna get it. We're going all the way in. We're going into it, and let's. You know what? Let's do it right. Here we go. Listen. All right, I'm your man KTJ. Welcome to the show tonight. I brought my friends in to have this conversation, and here we go. My girl Sayuri Smith is in the building. Hello, Sayuri.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
All right, all right. Now, Sayuri Smith is a women's advocate, women's issues. She helps women. She used to have a special program. I don't know if she's doing it, working with the strippers and the ladies of the night, helping them to recover their lives. Do I have that right?
Yeah, Scriptures for Strippers. That was a book. It's a website. It was a ministry. Still got it, but it's kind of on the back burner of me doing some other stuff. But yeah, still there.
But yeah, but you still love and supporting the women in their recoveries for their lives. Is that right?
Yes, in transition. Yes.
Yes. All right. So let me bring up my girl Tammy, Coach Tammy. She's a therapist. She's helping couples. She's helping singles. She's helping people get on track with their lives. And so, Coach Tammy, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. You know what, Coach Tammy, tell the people a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Well, I am a therapist by trade and degree and all of that wonderful stuff, but I'm also a self-love empowerment coach for women, helping women learn to love themselves before loving others. And I have coaching programs, podcasts, all of that good stuff.
Beautiful. My girl Cleisha is in the building. What's going on, Cleisha?
Hey, family. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing great. Tell us a little bit about you, what you're doing. Y'all got to follow her YouTube channel because she out there telling these secrets. She got couch confessions. So check out her stuff. Cleisha, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and who you serve out here.
Well, listen, I am the host and the founder of Closing Open Wounds with Cleisha, where we promote healing and wholeness in a safe environment. And yes, I tell the stories to just promote healing and just make awareness. I am definitely catered to women. You just got to follow me, follow my channel to get more. But I'm happy to be here.
Hey, y'all remember Lisa, what's her name? Lisa, whatever her name was? that who the blank did I marry? Y'all watch out for Cleisha. She got one of them stories.
I have them.
She got several of them stories.
I have several of them.
All right, we got Dr. Hazel in the building. Hello, Dr. Hazel. How you doing? Hit your mic, hit the mute button. Dr. Hazel is she's the therapist, and she's a coach. She's helping the people recover their lives, lifestyle coaching, all that good stuff. How you doing tonight?
I'm well. Thank you so much.
All right.
You did a great introduction.
Tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do, who you serve.
Want some more? Okay, so I am Dr. Hazel J., otherwise known as Transformation Lifestyle Coach or a Glowologist. And what I do is I teach clients how to glow in the dark and illuminate in the light so they can walk in their divine purpose to create a financial and family legacy. Breaking intergenerational cycles of trauma, abuse, dysfunctional families, and so forth. I do a lot of work right now with doing couples therapy, family therapy, I'm a hypnotherapist. There's a whole lot of stuff. I have a show called Get Lit with Dr. Hazel J, where I also do what some of these ladies are doing. I really allow women to tell, and specifically women, mostly now, but people in general to be able to tell their glow story, how they went from their pain into their purpose. So yeah, I'm just
All
super excited
right.
to be here.
Beautiful, beautiful. And tonight, you guys, we're talking about it. It's everywhere. And so we might as well have the conversation about it. Shannon Sharpe is out here. My man seems to keep stepping in something. He seems to find himself in a situation constantly. And so here's the report. NFL legend and ESPN star Shannon Sharpe offered at least $10 million to settle a $50 million sexual assault lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend. Is she his ex-girlfriend? Okay. I identified as Gabrielle Zuzinga. Okay. And it's revealed that the offer was made during the mediation before the case went public, but the accuser declined, y'all. She declined $10 million because she wanted 30. Or no, I'm sorry, she wanted 50. She didn't want no $10 million. So Sharpe denies allegations, calling the lawsuit a shakedown orchestrated by her attorney. We're gonna hear a little bit. We're gonna hear that his response to all of this. But I'm gonna throw the ball in the air. Who wants this first? This is a picture of the young lady.
Is that her?
No, yeah, this is her. No longer are we allowed, able to sue people openly and hide your anonymity. Look, they pull her up and so that she can get this sunshine on her face, so everybody will know who she is and what she does. So who's first? I hear you, Tammy. Go.
So, of course, my initial reaction to the situation is he's put his foot in a pile of stuff.
Big pile.
For no reason. I feel like men of this caliber, I'm questioning their decision-making skills. Like, how do you reach this level of status and still make these types of decisions? I mean, she's 19. Let's just talk about where you found her. I mean, why are you even on OnlyFans to begin with? But
somebody of your caliber.
You have enough money to make a lot of arrangements to make certain things happen to get what you want. But the mere fact that you go to OnlyFans and entertain a 19-year-old girl, because she's not a 19-year-old woman, she's a girl at 19. And that you would manipulate her into this web of foolishness and think she's mature enough to handle your status and not come after you in the long run. It's like, it just baffles me.
I'm about to explode over here.
Go.
Please.
Go.
Okay, so I started dancing when I was 18 years old. 3 months after I graduated from high school, I was getting naked and dancing for strangers for a living. This is why. This is the prime. This is your customer. This is who you want.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Siri.
Oh, okay.
Y'all, I got the right one on this show tonight.
I'm like, okay, so
yes.
Like if you are a woman and you're on your cycle and people say, let's go deep sea diving. You know what? I heard that sharks can smell blood a mile away. So I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
That's me. And people keep saying Shannon Sharpe is a certain caliber. Y'all looking at this man money.
Right.
That's it. Clearly, he is. That's the level he's on. Men pick the level that they own. Okay. They want to pay for what they want. And we have a whole lot of money. You become very reckless. and you start to feel like you can do whatever you want. And that's what they do. That's the whole point of having money, is to do whatever you want with whoever you want to do it with. But what people are not understanding is that for women, especially young women, we have been cultivated to use our beauty and weaponize it, right? Capitalize off of it, even to the point where people are trying to reverse aging. They want to look 19 because of this. They get access to this. If Shannon was a smart person, which he clearly isn't, because he's not married and he's not capable of connecting with a woman his own age, we look good, okay? It's not even about us looking no certain way. It's about people like him seeing women as people and not things to buy. Then you need to get taken advantage of. I'm pointing at you. You need it. You deserve it. That's what you deserve, because you tried to do it to her. It's the reverse. You see what she got on? She looked like she's a professional. Yes. You don't know a professional? This is what you do if you are tricking off. You want a hoe. That's what you want. You don't want a woman. That's why you do that, because you don't want the whole interaction. You don't want to see them as a whole person. You don't want to care. You don't care what she thinks. You don't care about her hopes and dreams. You don't care about her trauma. You don't care about her problems. You want what you want from her, and she want what she want from you. And you should have asked her what it costs before you did all that. And if you were smart, and I don't want to hear nobody talk about his caliber, because his caliber is actually low. It's just dressed up. If we didn't know how much money he had, he got so much in common with regular men. Okay, I don't want to take everything over, but like when you show me her picture, like,
yes, that's her. Yes, sir. That's her. That's her. Cleisha, Cook, what you got to say?
Listen, I did some research about this topic, and I do agree with Sister saying about his caliber. Bro, you're 56 years old. When are you going to settle down? Like, why aren't men protecting themselves? I think the problem is that when you have money and some type of status, you think that you're untouchable, which I'm surprised that our Black men haven't realized that, hey, I have to protect myself, from women like this. But, if you play, then this is what you're going to get. Now, the whole thing with her and them in a relationship, why you keep going back? I kind of have a problem with the young woman too. Her story is kind of fishy, but I'm gonna leave it there for now.
All right.
Oh my God.
Crazy. All right, let me play this audio, and you guys tell me what y'all think it is. Let's get it from the beginning. Here we go.
Friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself, because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets Black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. All right. All right. So here's my perspective on this. This man is in a position of power, right? He thinks now. They keep saying he was his girlfriend and he was in a relationship. They wasn't in no relationship. I did hear that because of his last leaked video, audio of him in an intimate moment with a woman named Michelle. 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 This woman apparently didn't like that because she didn't know about Michelle because she thought they were in a relationship. Now, this is what the problem is. Instead of Shannon Sharpe recognizing his positioning and being completely honest with these women to say, here's what it is. I'm Shannon Sharpe. You are whoever you are. Here's how I plan to move. I move where I have multiple women. Are you okay with that?
Right.
Right?
Right.
And you give them the option to say yes or no. And if they say no, okay, bye. There's somebody who will sign up for this and say yes. You say, look, this is the game we play in. Are you in on the game? Now, like somebody said, he shouldn't even be in this position, like, you know, but at the same time, a man in 2025 can live his life. Like he can live his life. He doesn't have to be married. He doesn't have to. This guy, he's got children already, and he's got his career ahead of him. His career and just some recreational. Like he just out here for some recreational, but he got caught up
Right.
with trying to play the game and trying to win the game up against a younger woman. You can't win no game against these 20-year-olds. She was smart enough to record the conversation. Look, and before I pass it to y'all, I want to play this one more time because he said something that I wanted y'all to hear it first before I broke it down. I want y'all to hear something.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby.
This is all being orchestrated. So it's someone else's fault that you're in this situation. Okay.
Who has targeted Jay-Z.
Why are you mentioning Jay-Z? He didn't mention Puff. Why are you mentioning Jay-Z? Because you want some sympathy. This is for sympathy. Right?
Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to
targets who?
Black men.
Oh, so you want us on your side. Got you.
Release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
Okay. If he doesn't have the video, who has the video, y'all?
He has the video.
Who has the video?
The girl.
The girl has the video. Why does the girl have the video?
She set him up.
She the one on OnlyFans. She at work. Come on, y'all.
She put the camera on.
Yeah.
Like
she's work. It's work.
Yes.
It's a job.
Yeah, she turned that camera on for a living. That's how she make her money.
Right.
So she turned the camera on, and he so essentially, and he's did we get to it where he said he came to her house?
You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation.
Stop right there.
Her invitation. And
at
it's
her invitation. So a 20-year-old OnlyFans girl gives you an invitation. You're Shannon Sharpe. So
how many other invitations do you have? I'd like to know the list. Is that the only invitations you ever got?
Yeah. So all somebody has to do is give you an invitation and you going? You're Shannon Sharpe. You don't go to invitation. No, she comes to you.
But men, if you don't have self-discipline, if you are, following the lust of your flesh,
That's a
you
fact.
won't go get it. It don't
You
matter.
going to get it.
You have to control yourself. And this is just really, really what it's all about.
That's what it's
People
all about.
having self-control, saying no, having values. They don't have it anymore. And like you said, he's living his life. So what he thinks, no. And this is what's wrong with the whole world right now. No one believes in traditional, actual relationships. And this is what you get. This is what you get when you don't get to know a person. This is what you get. You bought into it. This is what you get. She in my world, when I looked at this in my mind, my mind is, I got an imagination. She heard that sex tape with Michelle. She got mad. He probably tried to cut her off or something. And now she going, you know what, I'm gonna set you up. And I heard somebody say something because she is Snow Bunny. I mean, that's what they used to, that's what they do.
So we got to talk about that. We got to talk. We going to get that.
Before we go there, can we say something about the fact you said something about if he was honest and just told her this is what it is. If you want to be in a poly situation, you have to have mature adults, people who are very, very mature in their emotional. They have self-control. They can regulate themselves and they know how to work well with others. They're not even vetting. Do they even have the characteristics to qualify to be in that type of situation?
That's
like
fact.
You can say anything. And then if you're 19, how much relationship experience do you have to be able to say, yes, I can sign up for this?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, probably want to pick somebody younger who don't know.
Statistically, our brains aren't really fully developed until we're 21. So
that part too.
Yeah.
So he manipulated her. He did. He could have told her, this is what I'm doing, and you want it. Men do that when they feel that they are in a power or a position. There are men that say, this is what I'm doing. And she probably just got pissed off one day and said, you know what? Lights, camera, action.
But listen, here's the thing. When you're dealing with a 19-year-old girl, she, you know why you got to pay her? Because she don't like you that much.
Come on.
She don't like you that much. Yes. If they were the same age, if Shannon was 20 and she was 20 and they went out to dinner, you gotta, because you're a guy, you gotta pay for dinner, right? You gotta open doors, you gotta do all those things. No problem. Yes. But she wouldn't be expecting you to peel off millions of dollars to her. Why? Because she's on your level, she's your age. And she went out with you because she liked you. This girl went out with I don't even know if they ever went out, but she's spending time with this man because of who he is and what he has.
You know what? That's a great point. I want to just point out. Do y'all know who King Henry VIII, the one who had all the wives? The king.
Yeah, King Henry. Yeah, the 16th or something. Yeah.
His fifth wife was like 15, 16 years old. She got beheaded because she was actually talking to somebody her own age. She was literally married to the King of England, who had everything for everybody. And to your point, because she really didn't like him, she cheated on him with somebody her own age. And that particular boy, his job was to wipe the king's butt. That was his job. So that's a point too. Because it's like, you got to know why they're there.
Yes. Yes.
But the other reason they're there is also for him to feel in control. How likely is it for him to get a woman his age, in his age realm, and he actually controls her
we wasn't talking about with that. Right.
I mean, it's a lot of them. I know some.
I'm not saying that there's none. But I am saying, what's the likelihood of the control is a lot easier,
right?
Yeah.
I want to add. Oh, go ahead.
So
go ahead, Hazel.
I want to say that a lot of times I think we get lost in realizing that a lot of people don't really grow up. Like somewhere along the way, someone gave him permission.
That's arrested development right there.
Yeah.
His power, his stance, his position to be able to get what he wants. Some along the line he's learned to do that, and he thought, let me find the most vulnerable person that I can get a hold of that makes me still feel good in the way that I need to feed that little boy in me or that little teenager in me, and do that. And when she I just researched the stuff too, actually. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, why? But then I had to remember, every adult is not a grown-up person. Like, their mentality, their emotional stability, all of those things can be halted, and you can just grow up. Just because you're somebody famous, just because you got money, that doesn't change who the heck you are from jump. Clearly there's some things that was going on or is going on. And when he says in the video clip, what he say, I'm going to be honest and truthful. Yo, you wasn't, because if you was, then them women wouldn't be, that woman right here wouldn't be responding to you in the way that she did. You wasn't honest and upfront. So to use those words to try to pull on someone's emotion to fall for what you've done, your foolishness, your lack of, is just furthering positioning you to say, yo, you was just dumb, yo. You was completely dumb. You allowed your young self to guide you.
Young self.
Yeah, crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, this guy, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. But I got another clip that I want to show you guys. Now it looks like Monique has chimed in on this. So let's see what she had to say about this in the past Monique interview coming back to haunt him. All right. Let's see if the interview is here. So let's see what did she say?
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to these young bitches, you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's gonna say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's gonna get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was gonna be scared. Yes, I'm talking, and I know an old gal, she'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora.
Wow.
Yo.
What?
Did she try to tell him?
Tried to tell him.
It's crazy because when I think about the people that used to come into strip clubs and what they like, how they would behave when it's just them amongst women, they feel comfortable being their worst selves around.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be able to be awful. That's what men want to be able to do. They want the freedom to be terrible, and nobody say anything to them.
Right.
And for you to get this far in your life, to have this much money as you have, and to have kids, which means you've interacted with females, you don't want accountability. And if you don't want accountability, that means you don't have maturity, which means you don't have the capacity to love anybody for real. You don't want to pour out to anybody. So really, he don't need a wife. He needs a woman. It's called girlfriend experience. It's called a girlfriend experience. You need somebody that you're paying to be your girlfriend, to do what you want them to do, so that you have it's a
mutual understanding.
Thank you. It's a gig, right? And when you feel like you don't want to talk to her no more, it's not going to be emotions involved, right? Because dudes, y'all don't like emotional. Y'all keep talking about how emotional we are. First of all, I'm not emotional. My feelings is a choice. I could choose or to be offended or not be offended by a lot of stuff that people do. I feel like I learned that in there. I feel like a lot of stuff I dissociate from and all that. That's what these women know how to do real good. But when Monique was talking to him, she was talking to him about what a woman need to do for him. He don't have nothing to offer anybody. I'm not hearing what kind of husband he would be where somebody would want to be with him for real. He sounds
not a woman, a female maybe, but not a woman. A woman
Exactly.
isn't gonna No, come on, baby, no.
Yeah,
But I'm saying,
yeah.
you if you get somebody, you know what you want, buy that and let that be that. But you want to have, you want to actually be 19 again. You know,
That's
I'm getting to
he
the
got
point.
something in his life got skipped, like for real. If you really if he was to come and see me and I do a hypno session on him, you can most definitely trace it back to his childhood for real. He really there's some wounds there for real that he has somehow he pushed back and he removed himself from he disassociated from it and the little bit that people allowed him to be, he used that as his baseline to create the version of him that he is. But the problem is that you can't hide from you, not for real. Eventually you gonna come out, you
You
gonna
gonna
have to
find
face
you.
you
That's a
gonna
fact.
find you
That's a
gonna
fact.
come out. And this now this I will even go to a stretch and say, hey, God don't make no mistakes. And you know what they say, what you do in the dark, come to the light. And now he need this to come to the light so he can get the healing he need, so he can really show up. Because I'm going to make the assumption that even his relationship with his children are not the best relationships, not when you're doing stuff like this. There's nowhere in the world that you can convince me that you're showing up in the best way you know how when you have the opportunity to have this much power and position and you playing with it. Like it's no way in the world you thought that who you are or who you perceive to be was going to be good enough to allow you to just do whatever, right, wrong, or indifferent, whether she invited the whole thing and whatever. At the end of the day, yo, you make the wrong choice. You made the wrong choice and you need some help.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
thinks he's above the. It's almost like when people think they're above the law. Like if you think that your power and your name and the connections that you have will give you escape from the situation, then you do what the heck you want to do. I mean, I've been listening to the different audio conversations that have been released, and I mean, he threatened to choke her out and all kind of stuff. And it's like, all because she said, you're trying to manipulate me. He said, if you say that word one more time,
That was a trigger for him. That
the
was the
next time
ultimate trigger.
I'm gonna choke you out. And it's like, wait, what? Then you know, you listen to another conversation and it's like, oh, I'll slap you out in public. And she's, I don't want to be slapped. He's like, I'll do it in public. And it could be the black man slaps the white girl. And I was like, wow. Like to even formulate that type of conversation with anybody,
Right.
knowing you're being recorded or not, just the mere fact that you said it is just baffling. But even in his little message that he wanted to give the world, he said he'll do whatever it takes to convince. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, listen to the words that you use. You know what I mean? Like, none of it was, no, I didn't do this. Is I'll do whatever to defend myself. I'll do. He never, not one time did he ever say, I did not do this.
But see, but wait a minute. All right, so now I'm gonna come to the man's rescue, y'all.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that. Now let's look at it from a different perspective real quick.
Listen. Here's the thing, okay? Shannon, this is actually kind of a dom sub relationship.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have the grown folks conversation we got going on. Okay, he is he positions himself in the dom role of being dominant with the women that are in his life, and the women who get in his life know what they're getting in.
Right.
Okay. You can even I'm trying to find that audio of the girl, but you can even hear in her voice that she's positioning herself as the submissive, and she's been submissive to this man since day one. But that's part of the game,
right? She like it.
She likes it. She likes the game. She like that back and forth. And I don't know if y'all know, but that's not illegal.
It's not. That could have been role playing for all we know.
They're both playing. Not for all we know. They both playing. They both in on this, and they both went back and forth. Now we only happen to hear the audio of her complaining about it,
Right?
but that wasn't the first time that she had ever stated that. Okay, so
I definitely understand that we all know a couple that go beside each other's head and they be back in the bedroom. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, and I hate to say this, but I really don't feel sympathy for either one of them.
No,
I don't.
But look, but hold on, Cleisha, wait a minute, because I want you to answer this question that I got it written down.
I'm with you, girl.
Thank you.
Here's the question I have for each and every one of you. Who is the victim in this situation?
Ain't no victim.
Ain't no victim. They are willing participants.
Actually, while they're willing participants, they definitely are both victims to their own trauma. And they found each other, the trauma bonds, and they perpetuated it.
Dr. Hazel,
it got caught.
Dr. Hazel, what trauma? What trauma does he have? Tell me what trauma he has.
Only a woman with trauma or daddy issues will put up with something. She's looking for a daddy. That's why there is trauma here.
It clearly is trauma.
Or she just likes this back and forth. She likes BDSM.
Trauma. That's trauma. No healthy person is going to tolerate.
It's called kink.
That's called trauma. No. It doesn't matter how you paint it, what words you throw on it. That's trauma. That's trauma.
Listen, I like a little kink, but you gotta respect me. All right, now.
Head pulling
no.
You crossing the line here. We not smacking and doing all of that in public and all of that. We wouldn't even be here.
But Cleisha, who decides where the line is between two people of consenting activities?
That's the problem. The lines are blurred. You can't, because it's a cat and mouse game. Y'all both wrong. Go sit down somewhere. It's over.
It's really about what he wants. That's why it's a girlfriend experience. She has been at work this whole time. I don't think I understand that.
Yes,
to be at work.
Yes.
She don't talk like that to other people. We need to take her phone and let her let us hear all the ranges of her voices and all the conversation she had. So she was working him.
And she did a great job at it. She saw his vulnerability and she did her job. But that's what I was going to say. I think and when you said the dom relationship, I was going to go on a stretch and say, hey, I think what could have happened was that she was the dominant one. And he got to be submissive. And then she switched it on him. And then that's when he became angry and he flipped out. And then she got that version of him that he didn't want to, how he portrays himself as this strong, dominant man in the world. Like, that's an image he has to uphold a certain image. There's an expectation that's associated to him. And so with her, she probably was the dominant one because she was playing her role in the way that she saw that he needed. I'm making assumptions here. Yeah. And then she switched it on him. At some point she didn't allow him to be submissive. She made him, and then that triggered him, and now he became that dominant male. Now he's like, how dare you? And now you calling me manipulative when I allowed you to treat me this way. This was supposed to be our safe haven in this way. I'm just gonna play devil's advocate and say that maybe that's what happened, because that's exhausting to keep showing up. You showing up like that for the world, and then you showing up like that in the bedroom, and you're showing up like that. That has to be exhausting.
Absolutely.
That has to be exhausting.
Well, it's what they both want. They both want it. But here's the thing that you don't some people may not understand about these relationships, these dom sub relationships. The sub is actually in charge.
Thank you.
It seems like the dominant person is the one who's in charge, but actually it's the submissive person that is actually controlling the dominant person.
Yeah.
But he doesn't
You
have
know?
to, but they don't have to roll. They don't have to. While it's like the woman and the man when they say you let the man lead, but really it's the woman doing the leading, and she just
Yeah,
know how
Right.
to get him to do.
that's
That's
right.
that's what I hear you saying.
Yeah,
That's
she literally has the power, because if she doesn't conform or do the thing that he's asking for, then
which
he's completely powerless.
and
So
he didn't like that.
yeah, and he didn't, and for him, because up until now he's been controlling her by he's been the money source, and so he decided, well, it's my money and I can cut it off when I feel like it. And so she said, oh, no.
So what happens
You don't get to cut nothing off until I'm the one deciding. And you push forward with this $100 million, this $50 million lawsuit the day after he just got
That's because he was pillow talking too.
The day before this, he just got a new contract worth $100 million.
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Work. It's an investment, all of these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's really smart. And so when you're seeking out this type of dynamic, a lot of the times the thing that the guy's trying to avoid, he actually is entertaining, because you could have just been in an actual relationship and did this. But like you're trying to put your money in it, and you're trying to have power over somebody. But at the same time, you have to actually be looking out for when that time is up. I don't feel like he was looking out for himself.
He got caught up.
You're so selfish that you damage yourself. Like you don't even know how to help yourself. You're so selfish. You're in your own way.
Yeah, it's like the spider who gets caught up in his own web. Yeah. He got caught up in his own.
I want to hear this clip. I
let's hear this clip.
Okay.
Shannon Sharpe and his lawyer have handled this whole situation terribly. First of all, if you're saying the Sharpe, you shouldn't be saying anything.
No, he shouldn't.
But Busby and this young woman got audio, video, and text messages. If you know all of those things are out there, you should shut the F up and continue to allow your lawyer to do his job. And your lawyer said out of his own mouth that you was close to a $10 million settlement with that girl. That right there is all the more reason to shut the F up. I'm not here to speak to Shannon's guilt or innocence, because I don't know, but I do know attempting to settle looks like an admission of guilt, because I'm not settling.
Yeah, or you're just scared. Yeah. Honestly, you just probably scared.
Hey y'all, it's Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club.
Sorry to interrupt. Look. So here's a question, y'all. If he's innocent, why would you settle?
Define
because I got $100 million contract on the.
Ain't nothing to him. 10 million. Go sit down, little girl.
Go. You take the 10. Bye.
What does innocent mean in this context? Like, what is innocent? What do you mean by that?
Right, because
he did something to that girl. He did something.
He know that he was engaging in activity with her. Period. It don't matter if he did or didn't do it from the perspective that she wants to put on the forefront. The mere fact that he's been engaging with her, he's guilty. Period. Right? It's like you can finagle things to look a certain way, and I just think that for him, paying is the easy way out. It's just it's like I don't have to do the back and forth. I don't have to.
How you do it?
Defend. I just boom, pay it. Slap an NDA on her. She can never say nothing about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's the easy way out. It's like.
I remember when I used to work in the club, people would try to touch me, and I'm like, you didn't even ask how much that costs. Why do you assume and feel like because you're throwing money that you get to do? You need to be talking to me about what I charge for what I'm doing. 10 million is not her number.
Right.
You can't pick her number.
Right.
You picked her, but you need to find out from her what her number is. You think 10 is a lot? She said, I came in knowing I'm finna get 50. I dealt with all of that for 50. Don't play with my money.
Look,
you don't get to tell me how much I charge for what you got from me.
But wouldn't you think he would have these women sign an NDA or like
I thought he said he tried to. He tried to get. She didn't sign it. That's what I heard. She was trying.
That's what I heard too.
She didn't sign it.
So wait a minute. So how do we go forward?
Red flag, sir. You still did.
But also,
you're supposed to block her.
He thought his ego and his pride gave him something that he couldn't handle. it played him to this. That's what happened. And a lot of time, and people, we do it all the time, but dudes who've not been taught to be accountable or any of those things. And remember, I said it's his younger self that's doing all this stupid stuff, right? And remember, they say girls are smarter than guys. So she's 19, right? And if he's his younger self, she was going out school him
laps. She done ran laps around this man.
Around him, circle after circle after circle. And I know for a fact there's dudes out here like they'd be like, man, I know you like me. I know I could get you to do. I'm like, oh, excuse me. I'm like, yo, you don't understand. I can really run circle. The fact that you think that I'm some sucker or something, like I'm gonna let you just I can run. I don't tell them, but I can run circles around you, like for real, because you've just exposed yourself to me. He exposed himself to her, and she took it, and like sis is saying, she was in her role. She like, okay, he think he got. I'm gonna show him with one time. We either gonna do it my way, and if he try not to let me do it my way, then I'm gonna show him better than I can tell him.
Because he's not gonna listen no way. Only thing he respect and listen to is money. And the fact that it's like, sir, if you got money, give me what I want. Give me what I asked for. Period. Okay. You talking about, and see, you thinking because you didn't get married, you doing all these moves and all these avoiding this, all these dodging, trying to avoid an actual relationship, actual marriage, so that you don't get half your money taken. It's still gonna get took. It's a good lesson for him. And a lot of people, and I'm hoping that people are smart enough to learn from other people's mistakes. Clearly, he wasn't. Jesus, this ain't the first time this done happened, but you still have to suffer consequence. Like she was saying,
what
Cleisha,
they say, they don't believe fat meat is greasy.
I never heard that.
Yeah, that's an old country saying, right? All right, let's hear what Bow Wow had to say about rich athletes. And Shannon Sharpe falls into this category.
So NBA and NFL players getting, IG models pregnant, OnlyFans chicks pregnant.
Yeah, but they dumb though. Yeah, they dumb though. See, the girls know they can always get a nick that's 2 years into the league. Fresh out of college, come on, man. You know how long these been following these Instagram girls and probably been DMing them, and they probably been left on scene. They get that 100 million, that 200. They got it. They going for gold. Just because they got that money, that don't bypass who they really truly are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the ball players want to be rappers. They really want to be. They listen to us going into the arenas, rapping like us, they dressing like us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they get them. They way more greener than getting a rapper. Athletes is the easiest to get. That's why you always see them. You always see them get caught up in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. God bless them, man. Them niggas tripping, man. You made your first 200. You ready to give up 50 a month for 18 years? Come on, man. Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful.
Look. But he made a good point, y'all.
He did.
And a good point is you look at somebody like Shannon Sharpe. Do you really believe that he's had lots of experience with getting bad, the top line women out before he got drafted? Like he
now.
I don't want no scrub. A scrub is that's probably what he felt like, a doggone scrub.
Listen,
somewhere.
Shannon Sharpe talked about in one of his interviews how he used to get bullied or teased or something.
Yeah,
like
his brother
it's arrested development. You trying to get back and feel good for whatever they done did to you back then. You need to heal.
These dudes gonna do everything but heal. They're gonna do everything but therapy, everything and anything but get right.
Mind y'all, this is not, from what I gather, this is not the first allegation from a woman. Go sit down and heal.
And what's that other lawsuit still out there from a Michelle, and she made sure she said, "I'm not the Michelle that was on that leaked Instagram." So he has 2 lawsuits. It ain't just one.
So he just slow. He dumb like Bow Wow said. Okay.
And why are they not learning from every? Do y'all not see the media? What's going on today? Like, why are we still doing this?
I don't think it's no different than, and I'm a put God in it for a second. It ain't no different when God tell us not to do certain things and we still go ahead and do it. He done gave us warning after warning after warning after warning after warning after warning, and we still go do it. It ain't no different. The dude, when if it's like when we say, oh, we trust God, but then we turn around and we do it how we want to do it. It ain't no different. Like, it doesn't matter. He can get sued probably 20 more times. But if he believe at some point he gonna be able to get away with it, and that's his motivating force, I'm gonna be able to. I am this person. If that is really his motivator, it don't matter. He gonna keep getting played until he win.
But even when we
in
talk
his
about what
head.
the Bible say the wages of sin is death. So if you keep on doing stuff like this, you're gonna kill your own career.
But that's what I'm saying. He don't, but it doesn't matter to him. That's what I'm saying.
And the scripture say, a fool and his money are soon parted.
Yes, but that's what I'm
stand each
saying.
other.
It doesn't matter to him. You can we could say he got all it doesn't matter how many allegations, how many none of that matters. This don't even matter. If he don't get healed, he gonna end up doing the same thing again, just on a different level. But he gonna do the same thing again. And when I was talking to one of my friends about it, I was like, I don't really know this story, but I spent like an hour and a half research trying to figure this stuff out. And my friend, he told me, he was like, there was an allegation at one point that the dude was supposed to have been gay or something. Like, they said he was gay because he was wearing straight.
I was going to say that.
That didn't have no legs though. That didn't have no legs.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying, and again, this is all, like I said, I'm new to all this about this dude, right? What I'm saying is based off of what I know, when people try to hide things. So what if there is some truth to that, and he didn't want to admit it, and so he has to do this to cover it up, to help him release himself from what is the truth that he doesn't want to face. What if that's it? And so because he doesn't want to face the fact that he has homosexual tendencies, right? He has to do these things to prove to himself he's not, and he's willing to risk that, because that doesn't mean as much as somebody saying that, hey, you're a homosexual, you are this, you are that. And when if somebody just said something about him being being bullied and stuff, if that was his Achilles heel in when he was younger, right? Then that would also make a little bit of sense. Like, you can make that make sense in this way. So again, he just needs healing. He needs healing. This right here, what I told one of my clients, you need to fast, pray, and consecrate. Only this is a spirit on you, baby. That's the only way this is gonna come out. And therapy. You need all of that.
For me, for what I'm understanding from what y'all saying about him, is that he has a spirit that he is in agreement with, and that's how demons operate. When there's a demon that's speaking to you, the devil don't have no control; it only have influence. If it's telling you something to do and you doing it, and you're also confusing that with your personality, or that's just me. If you don't come out of agreement with that spirit was assigned to you to destroy. And so if you're going to allow that spirit to destroy you, then that's what's going to happen. If you keep, like she said, it's going to keep on happening. It's going to keep getting sued. You're going to keep getting sued. That demon spirit is on assignment to make sure that it depletes you of what you have. And so, and to miss a legacy. And until you understand and recognize that and take the right actions to make sure that you're not allowing that spirit to be successful in its assignment, you have to come out of agreement, which means you need deliverance. You need to lay on somebody's altar, give prayer. And you really need to
and really look and really break the spirit of pride that happens.
That's
as,
what it is.
as you get
It's a
this
bunch
money.
of them.
Like
it's a bunch of
the pride that you could just even hear the pride that he has when he did that interview thing, where he just talked about, they trying to set me up. and this and that, and
And
like
if you know that that's a possibility, why would you even let yourself be? Like I said, if I'm bleeding, I'm not getting in the water with sharks. If I know that it's a setup, if I know about
Right.
Jay-Z, if
Yep.
I know about all these people, if
That's
I know
fine.
about how this
Yep.
man do, why would I even put myself in a situation or to be a victim of this person?
yeah,
Yeah, but he
yeah,
only used Jay-Z as an example because Jay-Z's case got dismissed.
that's correct. He
Oh,
didn't
Lord.
use
You
he
know,
didn't say nothing
P.
about
Diddy
Puff.
is in the same, yeah, P. Diddy in the same circumstance, but that joker's still under the wraps. So you
Right.
can't use him because it didn't go away.
Right,
But
right.
Jay-Z,
Look,
that's why he used him.
yes, look. So I found the audio. Let's see what they got to say.
Like, I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing yet.
That's what she got him right
You
there.
wanna be to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
oh no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what?
I would have immediately said manipulate.
Yeah, you do.
Wait. Hold on. We missed what he said.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Okay.
Well, she don't want to be choked.
Why?
Yes,
Let me ask the panel, and then y'all can pipe in on this. Why was this recorded?
Because she set him up.
Because he talked like this all the time. She just got it on tape this time. She was waiting on him. He'd always talk like this.
But it ain't the only recording though.
Right.
It's not the only. That's not the only conversation that has been recorded. There's several others.
It's like Samson and Delilah. Like she just keeping on. You just keep on doing.
It's
Get out
really it's so sad.
It really is.
It's so sad. It really is sad. It's sad and it's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking and sad because there's so many people who are going to look to this as some form of example.
Of what?
And people who think like that, who think that this is okay, who still see the bling and the title and all these things. It's really sad for both of them. But really I mean, a part of me really feels really bad for him. He's not a victim, but I still feel really bad for him.
Why?
Because as soon as she paused, that should have been your clue. Like, I need to get off this phone. She getting ready to do something. That was a clear indicator. Everything in that conversation was a red flag to get the heck off the phone, yo. Like,
I feel bad for him.
And he kept doing it because he's not him. It's like he's acting like he's possessed by something.
He is him. That's him.
But irregardless if it's you're saying it's him. I get that. I understand what you're saying, but the fact still remains it's a deeper issue. So while it's him, it's not him. The dude is possessed. That's why we're saying or some of us are saying that. Well, no, I think all of us said that he needs deliverance. Like that's he has a spirit on him. He's being possessed, and it's really sad because he just walked into it. Like he
got to be more responsible. We got to let
he
him.
does have to be, and so that's the point right there. It's so sad that nobody taught him how to.
He's not listening.
So how do we turn this?
Monique talked to him. He's not listening. He don't listen.
But how do we turn this? But how do we now turn this into a lesson, right? How do you now turn this
he just not
into
learning.
Not for him? I'm talking about for other people, so they don't do this type of stuff. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter what you look like. You are accountable to your choices. Everybody has a choice, and you have to be cognizant enough to be able to say, I'm going to make a choice. And it's like what I tell my sons. I have 3 sons, and I tell them, look, whatever decision you make, you need to understand your why. It's when you don't know your why that you can get lost and get caught up. He got caught up in what he perceived to be, and so now he's in this situation. That's his bad, but it's still really sad because there's a lot of people out here that get caught up like that. There's a lot, and there's a lot of people who get set up too. Like and what I mean, I could even say, hey, they playing it together. They're like, hey, we just come up with a plan. Let's come up with a plan, and both of us get some money out the deal. Like they could be doing that. Who the heck knows? Because it's easy to tug on people's emotions. And I was telling my homegirl, I was like, how the heck does anybody even know all this information? How the heck is somebody this dang on invested? Like it's reel after reel, comment after comment. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, look, you said as a teachable moment, but before we get to this teachable moment, I want to see if y'all got the same energy for you have for Shannon Sharpe for this lady right here.
You know? Well, and they haven't been asked to.
Oh, I love her.
Not always a context. That if it's an area that you don't have to think into, right? But I think there is, it is a genuine, regular thought process for me. It's one of the reasons. I mean, we've talked about this that often I date younger men, and a lot of it is because.
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table your husband goes, "But why?" And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes. This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracy's.
It's fun. It's really fun to share.
Tracy tale.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous? There's that. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity, raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Lord Jesus. Okay.
All right. So the question is, folks, do you still have the same energy for this woman that you had for Shannon Sharpe?
So this is the thing. She's the same age. Like they could be together.
What we got?
They could be together. Like she's beautiful. She's well established. She have her own stuff. Why don't Shannon Sharpe date people like that? Why is he not looking in his own area? It's because she is embodied. These men that want a younger woman.
That wasn't the question.
That's not why.
The men, this is the thing. I I have the energy. You can do whatever you want to do. But what she's saying is that she wants to be valued as a human, and younger people see her as a person to be.
No, I didn't hear that. That's not what I heard.
She thinks. That's what she
I didn't
thinks
hear that.
they're
I
thinking.
heard the same. I heard really the same thing that he's doing. She's hurt. She needs healing from something too.
Absolutely.
And she's running. She's running from what happened to her because she said it out her mouth. And so because she doesn't know how to, she didn't heal through it, or she doesn't want to deal with it or face it or put the boundaries to work through it. She's going to go to another version that will allow her to be in the way that she wants to be. That's what I heard. At the end of, to me, right is right. If I'm gonna say this about him, then trauma is trauma, hurt is hurt. You got to get healed in order. It doesn't matter. The age is not the issue. It's the reason why they're choosing who they're choosing. They're running from something. They are hurt.
You run from bad. Like, you don't run too good, too bad. Like what she describes.
If you do, if you haven't healed.
She's running. She's not healed. You can hear she's not. Yes, she's positioned. Yes, she's in authority. Yes, she's in power. She's all those things, and she can say, I'm embodied, I'm whole, I'm this. But she said, I had trauma and I choose not to, and that's why I do this. That came out of her mouth. So I can't. No, she's not. No, she's hurt too. She's hurt.
I understand that she may be hurt, but what I also heard her say, which I have, experienced myself, older men do look at you like you are possession and don't make more money than them. They are intimidated by you. They are threatened by you.
And that can be true, but I think that's a certain type of person. That's not specific to an older man. That's not specific to a younger woman. It's the person. It's the energy.
Okay, but I also want to add this. We look good for our ages. I get a lot of 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds that push up on me, and I'm about to be 44. Okay, she looks beautiful. So a man is going to push up, but I did feel her when she described the toxicity of the older men.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Yes. No. Let me say this.
I heard that.
No, let me say this. My last boyfriend was 18. I mean, not 18, 28. My son about to be 18 years old. Somebody 26 was trying to talk to me before that. And I entertained the conversation because I'm talking to them to let them have the interaction, right? We're going to talk. But my 28-year-old boyfriend that I had was very emotionally intelligent. We had very deep conversations. I was able to be a full person. The same time I'm messaging a 50-year-old or 45-year-old, they talking to me because I'm divorced for the second time. I won. But I'm out here and they talking to me and I see all the differences. It's a huge difference. And so the younger guys are winning because they understand they can't be like that and get a woman. The older men don't understand.
That's not what she said.
But wait a minute, Sayuri. Wait a minute.
But the older man
but I'm telling you that she thinks that they winning. But look, at the end of it, she still doesn't have what she wants. And what she wants is a husband, and she wanted children, and she can't get that. And so now she is actually settling. She's settling for what she can get, and you know what she can get.
And she's justified it.
Let me finish. Okay. She is settling because she listen. When a woman be like, I'm single by choice, right? What she actually is saying is, I'm single because the quality of man that I want has not presented the offer that I can accept. With this woman, she has the quality of man that she wants. She has been unable to find. So what she can find is a 28-year-old.
who she can play with and have fun with and do what she want to do
and
with.
she can pay. Look, she buying some Jordans.
But see,
she
I didn't
buying
hear
some PlayStations.
I didn't hear. I don't know her story. I didn't hear that either.
I didn't hear it. All I heard her say is, "I am an adult woman, and men my age don't want me because they want somebody they could play with."
That's why
And then there's another point: older men don't have no good sex drive.
Jesus.
Now, y'all know as we get older, our libido goes up.
You be like, see, come on, listen to me. When the 28, okay, let me tell you.
Look, that's the way
y'all
it is.
funny.
Look, nature is look, y'all. Nature is against all of us. Let's be honest.
No.
Okay,
When she said, I don't want you to twist her word because you twisted her words. She said, "I am a full but I actually sent it on Instagram for you. I seen that before, and I watched it 2 or 3 times because I understood, and I'm like, that's me. That's where I'm at. Where I'm at a place where I know me, I understand what I want, and I'm not trying to accommodate and make myself match what a man is trying to do and be his person that he need. I want to be his help me and support and be with him and be his sidekick. I want a person that's going to let me be myself, and I don't want anything toxic.
Yeah,
and if I feel like there's anything close to that, yes, ma'am. And just like me, I'm in the wind.
See, that right there is trauma. That's a trauma response.
I'm traumatized.
Coach Sammy,
that
jump
is
in
a
on
trauma
this.
response.
That is
a trauma response.
That's me all day right now.
That's a trauma response, babes.
But at the same time, if you got men out here that's operating fully in their trauma,
right?
But that's it. And the thing is that when you what's really happening is that they're telling you they're not the one. Okay, so thank you for telling me you're not the one. I'm not going to go settle for anything, but thank you for letting me you're not the one. So I don't got to deal with you, but there's somebody there for me that I don't have to. I can have what I want, what I desire, without having to create a thought and make that become my truth. Our truths change daily. In this moment, I can feel this way because of the experiences that I've had. But as soon as there's an opportunity for another revelation to take place, my truth in this moment can definitely shift to another truth. It doesn't mean that I'm not incongruent with what I want. It just means that now I have a new revelation, a new understanding, a new belief, and I can move in that direction. Where she's at, the reason why it can resonate with some and not others is because more than likely the ones that it resonates with have similar shared experiences, and and more than likely their shared experiences have led them to feel like, you know what, I'm never going to be controlled anymore. I'm going to be able to do what I want to do. But the issue is that at some point they gave the sense of them, they gave up themselves thinking it was going to be something, and they got lost in it, and that traumatized and that bothered them so much. They said, I'm never going to let nobody have that much power and control over me ever again. And in the midst of saying that, now you've made that become your truth, and now you're saying, well, and then you come up with all these your truth becomes your truth when you find evidence to support it. And if your experiences,
and then you be like, see, that's why.
Exactly.
That you validate.
Exactly.
Let me say this. If I start to see things, some people call them red flags. I have a very high pain tolerance. I was married twice. And so just understanding that I know how to let stuff just go and go and go and go and go. I know how to nip stuff, but and because I also was in that industry, I know me and I understand how they operate. I don't waste my time no more. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like that's what she was saying, that she's not wasting her time anymore. That's what I'm hearing her say, that if I feel any type of, if it's going to go that way, I'm going to let you go that way and you be over there. And that's fine. You're going to find her and I'm going to find who I'm looking for. We're just not going to, if that's the kind of person you're looking for. No.
Right. And since I'm going to free you. I've been married 3 times. Listen, you are who you are, and I should not have to keep. It's not about control. I think any woman, we want to submit. I want to submit.
Yes,
but you to be worth submitting to.
That part right there.
And there's a lot of there's a lot of men, like there's a lot of Shannon Sharpes out here that don't have no money. You understand?
There are.
There's a lot of There's a lot of grown little boys out here who don't know what they want, who their mamas who treated them like they the prize, and we got to deal with it. It's a generation that we have to deal with. Listen, I already talk about it on my show.
But that's the thing. But why are we? And I'm saying, why are we selecting them? It's still you still know it's still there. You at some point, you still got to take responsibility, yo. Like
she is. She literally is.
At some
point. Time out. Let Tammy in there. She hasn't spoken. Jump in, Tammy.
So
I'm sorry.
No, y'all are fine. So I agree that the woman or the other partner has to take responsibility in the choice that they chose, right? We all know that the attraction that we have is based upon who we are. So if you are constantly attracting a certain type of person, man or woman, it's really a reflection of who you are. So when you got the same person with a different name and a different face, that problem belongs to you. It doesn't just belong on them. So if you don't like that you keep attracting, and it's like, oh, I don't want this, I want this, it's really you that has to change. And when you change you'll start having a different level of energy that comes your way. I literally did a TikTok on this today because it's like, we are so busy asking, well, why do I keep getting the same man in my inbox? Why do I
ain't changed, baby?
But it's you.
I want to say
Let her finish.
I don't get it. I'm slow.
It's a mirror. Like relationships are mirrors. Everything is a reflection back to you. You have to say what is in me also that is identical to what I am not in alignment with mentally, because it's not what you're not in alignment with in your heart, because in your heart is what's happening. So you have to actually put eyes on it, name it for what it is, and decide to do something different and change it. From what's down in the well comes out the bucket, right? So it's what's in the heart that's really happening. It's not what I'm thinking. It's not like, oh, but this is really what I want. That's why we talk about manifestation and the way we talk about it. It's because people want certain things, but they don't believe in those certain things. So they're
not willing to do the work to get those certain things.
All right, but look, let me. How about this? Look what Sarah said. Tracy knows her value, and she is not willing to settle for what she doesn't want. She is after enjoyment. Isn't that the same thing that Shannon Sharpe is doing?
That's the same thing he's doing. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
I'm sorry. I don't see how Tracy and Shannon Sharpe are on the same thing. For me, for Tracy, it's just a preference. I don't see her manipulating somebody.
She is manipulating.
She's not manipulating. If I like green tea, that's my preference. I can't get mad at you because you like coffee. If she likes, my mother loved older men. She loved older men. You know what I mean? To me, Tracy is that's her preference.
And younger women and women that are 19 years old who are of age. Above the age of consent,
says the law,
are Shannon Sharpe's preference. That's his green tea.
But for me, it's not even about. And for me, it's not the age. I don't care about the age. It's about the trauma. They are linked by trauma. They're the same because of their trauma. They need to be healed. There's aspects of them that haven't been healed, and they're choosing the wrong people, irregardless of the age. If she was his age, he still would choose the wrong person. If Tracy was the age of if Tracy had somebody her age, if Tracy was his age, she would still choose the same type of, because it's the healing piece.
Like Siri asked, why is that wrong?
It sounds like Tracy is healed. She's very self-aware, like me. I know what's wrong with me. I know my flaws. I understand what's wrong with me. I know. I'm very self-aware.
Look. I don't think that you can really say that this is a matter necessarily of healing. I think it's more like that green tea she just talked about. On both of their parts.
I think
they both like a certain kind of
but one person is suffering consequences and another person ain't.
because one got exposed. Because one got exposed.
What is Tracy doing wrong? How is she wrong?
One got exposed and the other one didn't.
I didn't say I'm not saying she's wrong. And I said she doesn't have what she truly wants. So she's accepting something else.
She is settling.
That's and that is linked to not being if I want green tea, right? I want green tea, but there's something in that brand of green tea that I can't have, so I'm gonna go get the off brand of green tea. That's not the green tea I really want. I want the other kind of green tea. So you trying
to say she should go after women? What are you saying?
No, she's talking about
nothing about women.
I'm just saying she can't get what she wants. Older toxic man. She don't want a man.
No.
She can have an older man who's not toxic.
Right.
All older men are not toxic.
Right.
All older men do not have a low sex drive. All older men are not controlling. All older men. That's the part I'm trying to get to understand. All younger women are not manipulative. All younger women are not conniving. All younger women are not trying to get paid. When we start linking it as this is this and this is this and this, that doesn't hold true. There are older men who are very much grown and mature and loving and caring. You can't find them if you haven't. There's something. No. That's not true, because there's some of them who also been hurt and they need some love too. You just haven't found yours.
No. This feels like a fairy tale that they keep telling women, right? Yeah. So to make sure that to keep them in the running. No, okay. You ran out your clock, huh? I have my first ex-husband is 72 years old. Huh? My second ex-husband is my age. Huh?
Okay.
They both got left. Huh? If it's not what I want to do and deal with, I'm not gonna do it.
Those are two choices, though.
But those are your choices.
And them the choices I made. But what I'm saying about what Tracy said was that if she feels like somebody is not, if they're from a toxic generation, they have any type of toxic mentality, she don't want to be a part of that. I don't feel like
wait a minute. I believe that the way she's describing this toxic mentality, like I watched that video too. I watched the whole thing too. And what she's actually describing is real masculinity, traditional masculinity, right?
Okay. And chauvinistic people.
Listen. It's men being the man that your grandfather was, right?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. And I'm telling you, she's listening to these younger people, and she's like, they're very comfortable with gender fluidity and no roles and all these things. And so this guy who she's gonna call your grandfather toxic, when it's actually a man being a man.
And a man being a man to some men is being able to do whatever they want.
That's not a man. That's not a man.
I know. That's what they think. But that's what they're doing. We don't know the definition of a man. We don't have the real definition, right? We just make it be what we want it to be with whoever talking. But what I'm saying is Shannon Sharpe believes the same thing. And it's like you want to be able to have power over somebody. I don't feel like that's what she was saying. She just don't want to be under anybody. There's nothing wrong with that. As a female, you should want a partner. Shannon don't want a partner. He wants somebody he can pay.
That is until you have to, because there are some requirements for the guy, right?
Okay.
The guy that she really wants, you know why? Because she's always been in the masculine role. Her role, her life has been in the she's been in her masculine for so long.
Why?
She can't even. So it's easy now to listen, because it's easy now to deal with these boys that she's dealing with. These boys.
How is she in her masculine?
Because now they talk about gender fluidity and all of this stuff, and she's like, oh well, yeah, I like that, like. Because she's comfortable in her masculine and controlling everything.
Why is she masculine?
Everything.
So control is masculine.
Listen. There is hold on. Intrinsically, right? Within a woman's positioning in a relationship, there's going to be a point where you have to. There's a back and forth, right? There's a point where you have to when the man says, "Come right this way," he controlling you when he puts his hand in your back, he opens the door, put your hand in the back, and guides you through the door.
Right. But that's different if he got his hand on the back of your neck.
But you know what, too? Let me just say this. My 28-year-old boyfriend was very he was very accommodating in that way, and I want to submit. That's extremely. I want to be safe with somebody. That's my currency, safety.
Yeah.
If I don't feel safe with you, and if I feel like you're going, because see, I just left a covert narcissist, learned what that was, learned what gang stalking was, because my guard was down, because I'm cool, I'm a chill person, I'm not crazy, I'm not weird. But it's a lot of crazy, weird people out here that you have to be on alert for, which I've learned. And a lot of them are older, and they learned that that's the way that it's supposed to be. That's what they grew up seeing. So that's what's good and that's what's cool. But I dated a person that was 28 years old, opened the door for me. I didn't take no groceries nowhere. I didn't do none of the stuff. He was traditional in that way, but he also let me talk. And he also listened to my ideas. He did not ever try to tell me that I was being the man because I thought something different from him. Or I would expound on an idea that he had, and it would improve it. He didn't feel threatened by that, and a lot of older men do. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like,
and a lot of older men don't.
To
Dr. Hazel's point.
Let me say this. I've talked to thousands of men. I used to be a dancer. I danced for 15 years off and on. I talked to a lot of them. I know guys, okay? And I know how to give grace, but I also know how to not let nobody play with me. And so the thing about it is, I do know how to let somebody play with me. You see what I'm saying? I let somebody play, but I know how to not get played. A lot of these guys want to play with you, but they don't want you to acknowledge that they are playing with you. And and after you get to a certain age, if you like, sir, you don't even have enough for me to do this with. Like, she did it for 50 million. Not 10. I don't have a money. My currency is value. I need to be valuable to you as a human, as a person, as a partner. I want to be, but also I'm going to submit you at the end of the day. If you're the leader, I'm going to let you lead because you lead.
Can I just offer this up?
Oh my gosh, really?
Okay. It depending on how we view our views, our belief of a person, can shape our position, our feelings, our expectations. So if our experiences, and as I'm saying this, I have been married twice, and in both of my marriages, I was in two very abusive marriages. I was, and I've been abused. I'm 47. I've been abused since I was 5 years old, right? Unless I say that, you wouldn't know that. And I can say that, in spite of all of that, it's still true that all the type of people who did what they did to me is not applicable to everybody, even if when it feels like it. Case in point, just even my mom, my mom, right? She was one of the big time players in this. And you hear people all the time say, oh, your mama is your rock, and the mama is this, and the mama is that. And I just look and be like, that's not always true. You're supposed to love but that's not always true. It's just not. And it's okay for it not to be. Does it mean that I don't love her? No, I do love her, but I don't have to engage with her. But the issue though is because I yearned for her so much in the midst of her not being what I wanted her to be. Guess what I did? I kept gravitating to Black women that were just like her, and they kept doing the same thing to me, and I couldn't get it. I didn't understand. And I'm like, what the heck is this? Why do I keep getting treated like this? I keep giving of me, showing up, trying to be the best version that I can possibly be, and I still keep getting hurt. Why? So then I had to look within myself and say, okay, Hazel, what are you looking for? What are you trying to get? And when I was able to identify it, guess what happened? I no longer was attracted to those type of mama figures anymore, whether it was in work, whether it was somebody who was just nice to me in that moment. It just didn't happen anymore because I had to identify what it was, own it, and work through it. And then that attract. So that's not my issue anymore. I've been divorced since I've not been with my kid's father since 2016. I've been single like this whole time, right? And I was just laying in my bed this last night, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know if I even want somebody else in my bed, like for real, because I like being in the bed by myself, right?" But I keep saying I want to be married. But I keep saying I want to be married. I want to be married. I want this. I want this. But how can I really say I want this if the very thing of my bed that I don't think I want to share? Like for real. Like so I gotta be in congruent. It's congruency. What I feel that I want, what I say that I want, how I show up, they all have to be in congruency, or it's going to continue to be pulling and tugging and all these things. And then whatever feels the easiest to do is what we settle for. We don't use the word settle, we accept when we make it become our truth. When if we just go ahead and just really identify and work through and do the work, we realize that the truth that we thought was really a distorted truth. And then we're able to finally become in alignment with what we want, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not, you're talking about like core values not being in alignment with your core values. You're automatically in a crisis. So I get that.
All right, let me let's get back on this. We got another lead. Let me see.
Report surfaced that Shannon Sharpe made $100+ million deal.
Let's hold on. I think I might have.
You're coming to LA
here we
tomorrow?
go.
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
Okay. Stop laughing. This terrible.
That sound like it was cold for something else, but okay.
It does. I think there is more to this, and I think that they are playing a game that they both enjoy, and
Exactly.
you know, and you know, just to hear her voice, and let me give you all this. Somebody in the chat asked, like, is there a racial component to this? This is part of why I played this particular video. Big black man chokes small white woman.
Definitely a king. He's into the interracial king. I heard that, and then when he's talking about what services he wants from her when he sees her. And public is a huge demographic. It's like a huge, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So choke, that's a whole world.
Yeah.
Public, that's a whole world. So it's like I'm getting the idea of
black, white.
Yeah, exactly.
Big black
And
man, little white woman.
It's like he has a certain demon that, and she scratches all those itches. So it's kind of like if he got a demon and he got
compliance, just compliance.
Well, the whole point is when you have a demon that's actually directing you, you actually have to go find somebody that's going to entertain that. That's why she don't have no other words other than to talk about what he's talking about.
Yeah.
She don't have nothing else to say.
Tammy, what do you think about all that silence? That's what kind of was getting me. Like
she paused a lot.
What's all the silence?
Yeah, and it's the pausing. I think a lot of it could very well be, you know, listening to it multiple times, could very well be, you know, their play. But some stuff you just can't play with when you who you are. I mean, like,
she had word.
I know. I'm not talking about her. So here's my thing. As much as she is a factor, she's not a factor. Simply from the standpoint, from my perspective, the position he's in, it's not about if he's mature enough. We know he's not emotionally intelligent. We know that emotional maturity is not there. Your position is still your position. Like who you are still Shannon Sharpe.
Hall of Fame.
But you
gold
know,
jacket.
Did he get kicked off the other show?
For
Did
me,
he get what?
Oh, no, I'm gonna let her finish.
Go ahead.
For me, it's more about who he is and allowing yourself, even in play, whatever that play is, to be put into these types of circumstances is just the bigger. That's the bigger piece for me. And no matter what's really happening with what they have going on, because the bottom line is they are both two consenting adults, period. She can just say, I wasn't consenting in that moment, but you have been consenting for months, just like years. So it's like that whole dynamic as a whole. I mean, I can care less about their consenting pieces. I'm just looking at the fact you in the position that you're in should have never put yourself in these types of circumstances.
Yes.
You have enough. You should have a bigger team. The team should know. I mean, like, come, like, I look and I don't even want to bring this up, but like, even with R. Kelly, the stuff that he had a whole team covering his mess up. For so many years, he lasted for forever and a day,
and none of them went to jail. None of them went to jail.
But that's my point is you should have enough team to keep. This is too quick and too many in this short amount of time. No,
you know what it really is. It's the cell phone, and the team doesn't control the cell phone.
Right.
Man.
But the fact that he overcame, like he was on that one show, he got kicked off, right? Like he was like publicly humiliated when he got kicked off that other thing. He kind of like redeemed himself with his podcast, and he kind of rose from the ashes or whatever. And I feel like that kind of emboldened him. When you say that he's him, he think he's him, Tammy. Like like you're like, but you're Shannon Sharpe. He's like, right. That's why I can do this. I mean, if I can overcome that, then I can't overcome anything. Or you know what I mean? Like, or
he got the God syndrome.
That and
but
that
I mean,
is
so did
actually
R. Kelly, but he still had a team trying to cover up most of it the whole time. But I'm just saying he
That's
just
because
kind of
R. Kelly thought he was Jesus. He thought he think he God.
he left himself too exposed. And to be in the statue that you're in, you should never leave yourself that exposed. I mean, now granted, you can't trust any and everybody as is, but you would have at least a fighting chance putting a lot of legal stuff in place. You allowed her to escape without the legal. She said she wasn't signing no NDA, and you okay.
And that's how you know
out. You got
that's how you know, like that's what I'm saying. It's so much right there. That was a lot right there. That the interracial part You know what I'm saying? It's
Let's
like
talk about that.
the interracial part is a lot of Black males' fantasy is to dominate their oppressor's mate or whatever. And so for him to immediately start talking about this other person, this man trying to set me up, is because he was, in his mind, he's doing it to stick it to the man, to stick it to them. And I did stick it to him, and he's gonna fight back. And you know, that's kind of what he's saying. And it's kind of like, if like you said, if she didn't sign the paper, how does she still qualify to be in your space? Because you trying to stick it to the man, you trying to do something taboo, you trying to do something that's you know, taboo, and you want to actually do what you see other people doing. That's what all of the other athletes do. They get into these roles, they get on the team, then they go get them a little white girl. That's what everybody do. And so it's actually a part of being in that world. But I feel like that might also, I was gonna say this earlier, like that might be him trying to like still stay where he's like a football guy, you know, like how they still do that. Like he's still in that, where he's still going to pick from there, because that's they people now. Like that ain't even your age range. Like you're not even like a newly drafted person. Why would you still be doing
because
that?
of power? It's because of power, but it's also because look, but it's also, this guy ends up in this situation also because, I hate to say it. I hate to say it. He's got no game.
Yeah.
His conversation is awful.
All he got is money.
And that's what, and that's when
that goes back to what we were saying when he said he was being bullied and all those things.
No.
That he didn't have no game then, which is why well, I'm not saying that's why you get bullied, but I'm saying somebody saw something and he didn't know how to combat that, and he allowed that to stay with him. And then he said, okay, well, I'm gonna do it this way. And so going back to the game, I know quite a few dudes who ain't got no game and would do stupid stuff like that. They try to prove like they somebody important. But you ain't got nothing. So he trying to convince himself that he's somebody, and he using her to do it, and it backfired on him. It backfired on him.
A lot of men try to manipulate and dominate women to feel like they're somebody. They're feeling voids. Like you need to go back. It is back to arrested development. Like what happened to you when you were 8 years old? Okay. You have not evolved emotionally since then.
Not at all.
What happened with your parents? How did your mom, when we get into relationships and in marriages, we really need to evaluate their upbringing. We really need to talk about that stuff. So
it still didn't help, but yeah, okay. They be lying so bad.
I mean, and I was going to say that earlier.
They be lying, girl. They can never lead with the truth.
So bad.
Jesus. And you know what's crazy is that if you have game, the men who have game tell the truth all the time. Because if a woman like you, she'll lie to herself. You ain't gotta lie to kick it. You need to tell the truth and see if she gonna kick it.
He's still gonna choose you because she gonna appreciate the honesty.
But at the same time, Shannon's so lame. Sorry, Shannon. And I love Shannon Sharpe. I ain't even gonna lie. I do like him. I like his show and all that. And I like how he talk. He talk like me. But it's just like, you don't have the intelligence for real, right? Your job is to talk about one thing with the football. And now you just interview other folks and ask them questions because you really don't know how to carry a conversation for real. Because when you on the phone with your girl, that's supposed to be your person, she's 19, so we don't expect her to know nothing. But you're not even like, captivating her mind. Like if you're dealing with an older man, that's supposed to be teaching you stuff, talking to you, putting you on game, helping you do something. You don't have nothing to give nobody.
Right.
Nothing.
Just money. Only money. That's all you got.
Give it up.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. And he finds himself in this situation, and it's literally because, and this is something that I talk to men about, and it's what we really need to understand is this whole game is about communication, right? I don't care what it is. I don't care what kind of for one thing, we're gonna stop lying to these women in 2025. I'm encouraging these men. Stop lying to these women, right?
Stop lying to yourself. Then you can stop lying to the women. Stop lying to yourself.
That part.
Then there's that, you know, and because whatever it is that you want, there's someone who wants that, but you need to figure out what it is that you really want. Right. What how do you a Hall of Famer and you can't manage a relationship with a 19-year-old girl?
That's terrible.
It's like when you just said that, it just brought,
because he understood how to do relationship. He became a Hall of Famer because he had a skill set on the field.
On the field. It's like when you just said it just brought me in, and I'm gonna use the word dolphins. Back in the day, you would see dolphins together and they looked like they was the happiest people in the world together because they was in alignment with each other. They understood each other. It didn't matter that they were on drugs or their things were falling apart outside. And this is for real. They were in alignment with each other. They communicated what their wants and desires and needs were, and they met those wants and desires and needs. Right, wrong, or indifferent, they were able to do that. And I didn't understand. I said, how can people who are not on drugs can't seem to, because the communication piece, you're not effectively communicating. You're expecting someone to understand, be mind readers. You're expecting someone to be able to ask the right question or pull it out of you. You're expecting those things to happen, and when it doesn't happen, then you get mad. But at what point are you going to say, you know what, I just didn't ask the right question. I just didn't probe enough. I just didn't, like what they say back in the day, you point one finger, you got how many pointing back at you?
Yeah. Now,
That
look,
is it.
I had this time, y'all, and y'all follow me on this. I had this time that I drove up to the drove up to the light. And you know how you drive up to the light and you see the guy out there with a sign saying, you know, give me some food. I'm hungry. I didn't eat today, whatever it is, right? There's this guy standing out there. This white guy. He's, you know, let's say he's in his lower 40s. Okay, out there with a sign, trying to solicit somebody to put something in his cup. While he's out there, he's on the island. You know how they stand on the island. And I sat there and I'm waiting for the light, and then over comes a woman who's wearing some like knee-high boots, and you know she's thin, white, you know, white girl, okay, and she walks over there. She's walking across the street of a major highway like it's nothing. So you know these people are, you know, they on that stuff, right? It's obvious. She walks up to the guy, and he's out there with a sign like this. She walks to the guy and leans her head on his back like this, like she's getting ready to take a nap on this guy's back. And I said, that guy's a player. That guy doesn't even have a place to live.
And got the women coming.
And got a woman
Because they gotta understand it.
who finds comfort in this man. She feels safe. I saw that lean on the back as more than just her being
romantic.
Sleepy.
It is, right?
That's so romantic. Like
It
I love
is.
that.
Like you can have nothing, and you know, we'll still love you. But
it comes down to communication. You know, and for most of us, you know, for us as guys, I'll take it out. I'll take the charge for the guys. We are just generally not willing to have the amount and the depth of conversations that are required to have whatever it is that we desire to have in relationships. This guy didn't even have a place to live, but he was able to communicate to that lady that I got you. You can depend on me. And I'm out here shaking a can.
Yeah.
But I'm still dependable.
Yeah.
Right.
And I thought, man, look
But
at
they
this.
clearly have a partnership, right? And that's what more like what Tracy was saying, like just having somebody who's not going to be over me and I'm not over them, just somebody who's not caught up in, well, you're a woman, you're supposed to do this. And then when she was to my gender roles, right? To my fluidity. It's just like I'm gonna let myself flow to whoever loves me or whoever values me and sees me as a human, somebody that can that I can be safe with, somebody that I don't like, my love will not be weaponized. Right.
Yeah.
So they won't use my feelings for them against me. That's what we want.
I wonder if that's what Shannon wanted too.
No.
Oh, you tried it.
No, he's
I
not talking
wonder if
about
that's
that.
what Shannon Sharpe wanted. Somebody who would listen to him and would
That's what he needs, but he don't know that he needs that.
Monique told this man, and he know it's true, but he don't deserve her. He don't deserve her at this place where he's at. What is she finna get from him? I feel if he get her, she's gonna be suffering. And as a female, it's not about us coming to serve a man and being good enough for a man. It's about the husband wanting to be a husband and a wife wanting to be a wife. And so if you figuring that this is what the type of woman he need to serve him, you still wrong.
Yeah.
Because
can I hear Monique one more time? Say,
go ahead.
Prophesy, Monique. Prophesy.
She talked that talk. Let me see what she had to say. Like what talk that talk. This was her on Club Shay Shay. Oh, fat gal.
He better not make her sign no NDA either.
Hold on.
You gotta hit the replay.
Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Hold on. She said that's what Shannon need. Hold on. Let me get it right. We about to get out of here, y'all. I just wanted to hear this one more time because I never seen this one.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Damn. When they want you to go for a fourth round,
you said, damn.
Listen to me, you want to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. When you get to that fourth round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora.
Her name is Elladora.
And you know what? Y'all talk about communication. It's crazy and it's ironic that he has a podcast where everyone else communicates but him. It's such a freaking mess. Like it's really, really sad.
Yes, all the questions. But those questions are created by his team. They're not created by him. However, the mere fact that she was even aware that all he deals with is these younger girls is another thing. Because it meant that it was already out in public. It's not something that was a secret.
Well, it's also Tammy, because a lot of older men desire the comfort of younger women, especially when they can afford it and they can put that money down like this man did, but he just messed up.
No, I had an older husband. My first husband, my first ex-husband, is older than my mom and my daddy, and I loved him. It wasn't about what he did or bought me. He gave me everything I wanted, but he listened to me and he taught me. And he saw me as a person and he asked me things to help me develop. He's still my friend right now. I could call him right now and ask him for something, and he could call me and ask me for anything. It's about making sure that you have a partner and seeing value in a person, seeing their potential and helping them reach their potential. A lot of men get with younger women because they can mold them and they can take advantage of them, but it don't last because they don't want that woman to grow. They don't ever expect them to develop And they once they realize that, they just keep replacing the women. They just get younger. They just keep getting a young woman, and that's how you understand they don't see them as a person, and they're not a good partner themselves. So no, they don't deserve an Elladora. I hope Elladora find her a good one, because Shannon ain't that.
All right, look, let's wrap this baby up. Dr. Hazel Joy, give us your final words and tell everybody how they can follow you, how they can find you, and we'll get out of here.
You must have seen me getting tired. So I am Dr. Hazel J. You can find me at www.hazeljay.com. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram under iGlow Consulting, IGLOW Consulting. My final take on this is just get some healing before you find yourself in any type of situation, relationship, whatever you want to call it. Make sure that you are healed. You got to get healed, or you're going to continue to find yourself in spaces and places that you don't want to be. Once you're in alignment with your true self, then you're able to attract and surround yourself around what will help you grow and glow into the happiness that you desire.
All right.
Now don't get caught slipping, yo. Like, be smart. like be smart. Let me say that part. Be smart, yo. Yo, you understand, it don't matter if what you are, who you are, what position you got. Be smart. Stop being dumb. Don't be dumb and then try to blame it on somebody else. You don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. All right,
Don't be dumb.
Coach Tammy, talk to the people. Give us your last final words, and then tell people where you know what you got going on, and maybe how they can follow you. And if you got something to sell it.
So I'm like Hazel at the end. Don't be dumb. But my final words really is to the women. Don't find yourself in circumstances like this. Learn to love who you are and choose wiser. I mean, when you align yourself in a space of just self-love, just knowing who the heck you are and not falling for things just because of what somebody else has. Most men that you'll find that'll actually give you what you really need, money ain't one of the things that they have. And I'm just saying it because money ain't substance. It's just a tool. Make the money together. You know, you were created to be a man's helpmate, to help him multiply everything that he ever brings to the table. So it ain't about what he already have, it's what you can do with what he got. And so I say, learn to love you before loving other people. And as far as like how you can connect with me, you can connect with me at Coach Tammy Nicole on practically every social media outlet. I do have a coaching program called Reclaim Your Power. I also have a podcast called Loving Me Before I Love You. And I'm on all podcast platforms. You can definitely check it out. Kelvin was actually a guest. So, you know, focus on you.
Good stuff. Cleisha, you are up. Thank you so much for being here.
It was an absolute pleasure.
Yes, tell the folks how they can find you. Give us your final words on this topic, and then tell them what you got going on.
Okay. My final words is for everyone to be smart, especially our beautiful Black men. We love you guys so much, and we want you to get better. We want you to heal, and be better fathers, and just be smart. If you have daughters, you have sisters, you have mothers, you wouldn't want anyone to treat them like that. So please just be smart and love yourself, like the lady said before. Love yourself. Get the healing that we need. Talk it out, get counseling, find Jesus, do all of the above, so we can heal, grow, and go. You can find me at Closing Open Wounds with Cleisha, promoting healing and wholeness in safe environments. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook right now. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. And Sayuri Smith. Yes. My girl, talk to us. Give the people your last thoughts on this topic and how they
the
can
last thing with the
follow you.
topics. My last thoughts on the topic is be smart enough to learn the lesson from other people's mistakes. Don't sit back and think it can't be you. Assume that that same thing is trying to get you, and make sure that you do what you need to do to make sure it's not you. Be a man that sees a person within a female. Try to, because that's gonna make you be head and shoulders above the other ones. Everybody know that women have these body parts. If you value a woman for who she is, you could get so much out of this life. Find the woman that you're assigned to. Ask God to send you, equip you first to be a husband, and then ask him to send you the woman that he made for you. And then go live your life that way. And also, if you never find yourself face to face with the devil, you're probably going the same way. So figure out what you need to be fighting that's on you, that's in your way. What is holding me back from getting to where I want to be? What do I need to do to make sure I don't do anything to hinder my own self? Now, as far as social media, I'm just doing my TikTok right now, trying to get my followers up. It's at Sayuri Smith T CPS. So that's SAYURI SMITH T CPS. So that stands for Certified Peer Specialist. So follow me. I'm really funny on there. I try to be yeah.
yeah. I follow you on Sayuri on your TikToks, and I always thought that you was funny. So that's good. I'm glad that you walking in it. You walking into it because you just got that.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. It's my pleasure. And so my final words I want to say to the men, and this could apply to women too, right? I was told as a young kid that if one person stands on a chair and the other person is on the ground, the person who is higher up has less leverage and can be pulled down easily. The person who's on the ground is already on the ground and they cannot go any further than being on the ground. But the person who is up higher has more to lose and is at more risk. So I want to encourage all my go-getters, all my people who are hungry to achieve, to maximize, to grow, to get to their edge of their potential. Be careful of these people who have nothing to lose, because a person who's got nothing to lose will help you lose everything because they got nothing to lose. Be careful out here. This is for the men, for the women. This is just for the people, because it takes a lot to get in the position where Shannon Sharpe is. It took a lot. He literally made something out of nothing, and now it's worth $100 million. And now it's in jeopardy of being attacked because he didn't mind his position and to do the right things while he was there. So for all of us, listen, this is a lesson for all of us who are trying to get something. It could take you a lifetime to build it and have it crumble in just a moment. So make good decisions, make smart decisions. I appreciate all of you for being here tonight. Thank y'all so much for being here, being a part of Love Coach Sessions Live. I'm thinking about turning this specific thing into a channel by itself, because these conversations need to be had. And I go out and find my friends who have experiences in this business of love, relationships, and all of that to be a part. So I appreciate all of y'all for being here. And to our audience that sees this, hey, keep supporting us and let us know that y'all want to see more of these, and I'll keep them rolling. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Till next time. Peace and love. Later.